Hello, I'm Joshua Lindsey. Welcome to episode 8 of Joshua T. Lindsey TV. I realized last time that I called the episode 9, so I was going to just make a short video that said something like Episode 8, the episode that never was, because of the silly things Joshua Lindsey does. However, I would like to take this opportunity to say a few more things about ableism. While it doesn't bother me when people make references to walking in my presence, such as please stand, without saying please stand if you're able, or Joshua, do you want to take a walk with me, knowing full well that I can't walk. It doesn't bother me because I know those are just common phrases, and I know that a lot of people don't have issues with that because they realize that the majority of people don't have their disabilities. I would, however, ask everyone individually, but not be too scared to use common phrases that involve obvious things that people cannot do in everyday conversation, because I would say most of the people don't care, but of course it is a good idea to check on an individual basis. Secondly, it does bother me that on elevators, or near elevators rather, there are signs that say, in case of fire, use stairs. This implies to me that the elevator is optional, and that if the elevators were down, everyone that could use the elevator could automatically go to the stairs. This is obviously not true for people like me who have to use wheelchairs all of the time. We can't just get out of our chairs and use the elevators in case of fire. Secondly, there is a problem in the phraseology of the way that these signs are worded, implying that you should never use the elevator in case there was a fire in the midst of you using the elevator. I feel that these signs should say something like, when there is a fire, elevators are not safe. If you cannot use the stairs, please wait here for help. Statements that fall short of the statement that I just mentioned imply that people in wheelchairs are basically screwed, pardon the expression, if they cannot use the stairs. However, of course, this is not something that deeply offends me, because I know the people that made these signs did not intentionally make a sign that would exclude people with disabilities, and that were designed to keep people with disabilities locked in their disabilities at the expense of those people overwalking people. I believe that it is a case of mistaken phraseology and would simply require some brainstorming to come up with a better way to say the elevator warning, such as I have proposed in this video. Lastly, I would like to address the advent of the use of applications for the dissemination of what used to be computer programs that can only be run on the cellular phones and not on the computers. I fear that one day the personal computer might be obsolete and the cellular phone would be the only option to run what we now know as computer programming, or computer programs rather, and applications. There are some of us who cannot use the cellular phones with very much ease and would appreciate if these applications could run on PCs. There are application emulators, but a lot of times they require a lot of technical expertise, or in the case of BlueStacks, the applications appear one at a time on the emulator and do not appear large enough for me to see what is going on in the application. Also, in the case of Instagram, Instagram has chosen to make it harder for people to get on their website and has mandated that people use their application, which I think is kind of discriminatory, and I urge that Instagram look into this policy and make available applications that will run on PCs or Apple computers. Again, I think that for the most part, the notion that people are intentionally keeping disabled people down is unwarranted, and that a calm and rational discussion about real ways that we can move forward to include people with disabilities in mainstream society using positive language and calm diplomacy is a lot more effective than anger and an assumption by disabled people of wickedness on the part of walking people. I would like to make a few disclaimers. I do not own the rights to any of the objects appearing behind me, and I do not have any affiliation with Instagram or other organizations or nonprofits which might bias my opinions expressed in this video. With the exception of those things that I have mentioned in this brief disclaimer, the opinions are my own, and we can talk about them by email or in the comments below. If you would like to see further videos in this series, Joshua T. Lindsey TV, please subscribe to Joshua T. Lindsey TV below this video on the main YouTube page. Thank you and have a good day. And I'll see you next time for episode 10. Actually, you will see episode 9 before then, but the next episode I will be recording is episode 10. But episode 9 will follow this episode, which is entitled episode 9, Any Requests. Thank you and have a good day. God bless you. This is Joshua Lindsey with another episode of Joshua T. Lindsey TV.